Oh. So we just got in yesterday from, I'm personally from California, so I actually had to fly out from Newark and then to Birmingham International, and the flight, I probably traveled about 12 hours. I'm still jet lagged now, so I'm kind of losing my mind. It wasn't bad. I mean, we sat around for a while, but I ended up meeting my teammates in Newark, and I sat next to Mackie on the flight. It was pretty interesting. It was fun. And actually, we did have a minor drama at the very beginning of our trip. One of our teammates, Banny, actually left his, or was late to his flight, so he ended up missing his first flight, which was a whole different matter. And I thought crap hit the fan. And by the time he figured everything out, I was already in the air. So I was pretty unsure actually till I arrived in Newark. But everything was handled, and we all got to UK safely. And so now we're here, and we are pumped. It's always nice meeting Mackie. Me and Mackie go way back. We've been together on his team for 3 years, excuse me. It's always good. Mackie's a very interesting personality, in-game and out-of-game. I feel like a lot of people don't really know the real Mackie. But yeah, Mackie's a great guy, and we always have good conversation. It's funny because me and him, we have pretty much nothing in common outside of TF2. And realistically, if it wasn't for TF2, we generally, we don't hang out in the same crowd, we don't listen to the same music, we don't even watch the same TV shows, you know? So it's really beautiful that I think TF2 can bring such different characters together, and yeah, that's Mackie in a nutshell, I guess.
Was there anything specific you can remember from the plane ride that you talked about that was like Mackie, like vintage Mackie?
Actually, vintage Mackie, I guess what would be one other thing outside of TF2 we do share in common is our love of women. So, you know, he's quite the woman connoisseur, so I'm always taking notes down, jotting his life experiences, you know, living vicariously through his stories. So that's always a fun thing for me. We were trying to scope out the competition, but right now a lot of the teams aren't set up, so we're just watching individual players play, and I feel like it's always hard to kind of gauge teams when you just look at one specific player because, you know, a team is obviously the cohesion, synergy, and a lot of those things you can't see unless you actually see all 6 of them working together on the field or in the server. So we've tried to, but we haven't really at this point. The fact that we're not warmed up, at first I thought it could have been a serious issue, but from my understanding is the way the brackets are going to work, I guess we don't really need to bring our best game today. Today is just getting through the group stages, so we're going to be playing a lot of weaker level teams, and I guess it's no disrespect to them, but I guess we'll just be able to ease into things. We won't have any crucial matches. So even though the computers are late, I don't think it's a huge deal. Preparation for crucial matches, I think, is playing matches building up to the season. I think a lot of times you'll notice trends with our team. We'll win a LAN, and then the following season we'll end up losing it in a really tight match or something. And I feel like a lot of that comes with, you know, training over the season. I feel like when you're the underdog or you have something to prove, you know, you end up working harder. And it even happens to like some great players, you know, they end up getting a little lazy or not practicing with the same intensity or with the same goal in mind. So just doing the motions. So I think with preparations, I think we've worked hard. Although we've learned through the seasons, like I said, about getting lazy after we've won. And I think right now, we feel like the underdog, even though we just won the ESCA LAN and all that good stuff, because the new formation of mix-up and some of the European teams we've never really played against. So I feel like everybody's got that common goal to just work and, you know, prepare for the event. So I think we're feeling pretty good about that. So people have said that I've taken a lot of crap or the flack for the losses, and I feel like that competitive mindset comes from years of competition in different sports and different, you know, disciplines of or different sports. I guess I did play professional paintball, I did play college tennis, and a lot of that I feel, you know, embodies a team. Like, for example, pointing fingers at other players. I feel like it's all about positive mindset, and it really does create, how would I explain it, just a better atmosphere for everybody to work in. So I've always been the first to apologize, the first to admit fault, and I feel like with that, I create players that really, you know, they're okay with pushing their boundaries and limits and their creativity, you know, especially if they realize, oh, okay, I can't make a mistake, or I can make a mistake, And it's okay, you know. I feel like it brings about a lot of creativity within the team, and we're really pushing the TF2 borders, I guess you would say.
I mean, you guys keep winning land, so something's going right.
I guess so, yeah. So we've been together for 3 years, and I wouldn't say it's an easy 3 years, but it's definitely, you know, it's 3 years, and a lot of people might see from the outside, oh, it's so easy to keep it together, but I feel like there's a lot of like political management and like, you know, dealing with the different stresses of every teammate, and it's almost like a managerial position for me as a player and as a leader. But one thing I do have to say is it's all about playing with people you enjoy playing with, and honestly, enjoy the game, because everybody has to have the same goal in mind. Because if one player, you know, wants to focus on his social aspect of his life, or if it's not TF2, you know, it can be tough. Especially because not everybody's putting in 100% and stuff like that. But it's really about finding the right players. And luckily for us, you know, we've been together for quite some time, on top of being a great team. So we've had the opportunity to, I guess, quote unquote, cherry pick players we like, you know, because of our status or reputation. You know, a lot of players want to blindly play with us because of, yeah, like I said, our reputation as a team. And yeah, it's been good. One thing I do generally do as a team leader is screen personalities. It's almost like an interview. I'm like, hey, so what's your school life like? What's your schedule like? What are your goals? And I feel like a lot of that, you know, aligns itself. And generally, through that screening, you know, we screen through their personalities, see if they're a great fit with the team. And, you know, it's constantly changing. It's pretty organic, you know, because one player one season can be fantastic, but the following season, you know, be a complete detriment to the team. So different esports, you know, there's different celebrity statuses, there's salaries going out. But what we have to understand with TF2 is it's homegrown, and you're playing for the love of the game. So I think that's what kind of distinguishes ourselves from the other esports. A lot of us are here because we love the game. It's not really so much for the glory. So anything that we do receive in terms of funding, money, prize money, I feel like it's all just added bonus. Because honestly, what we do as a team is we get together at night and we play the game we love. And it just so happens, you know, we're a top North American team. And I think that's what makes our team particularly extremely special.